call me Boris.
Boris.
The celebrity politician who defies the normal rules of politics.
The thing I love is being Mayor of London.
Say Brexit.
And today Boris Johnson has fulfilled his childhood dream to become Prime Minister.
I have seen Boris over the last few months become increasingly reflective of the scale of the challenge that he is about to take on. And I am absolutely convinced that he is emotionally and intellectually ready for this. He knows the scale of it, and he's up to it.
Boris Johnson's path to the top is a well-trodden one, the 20th Prime Minister to be schooled at Eton.
The House will proceed to a division.
He went on to study classics at Oxford University. A career in journalism followed with a stint in Brussels for The Telegraph, where he relished mocking the European Commission.
I didn't want to be totally stitched up here.
His profile was boosted by TV appearances. Boris Johnson had set his sights on a political career, and where better than the safe Conservative seat of Henley-upon-Thames. But even back then, as Boris Johnson tried to become the Conservatives' candidate, the local party was divided over his talents. Some were attracted to this slightly eccentric, larger-than-life personality, but others were concerned about whether he could be taken seriously.
What you see is what you get. You get the hands going through the hair, you get the slightly dishevelled look. It's appealing to a lot of people. We found that when we were campaigning with Boris and when he was an MP, he would need people behind him to make everything happen. He'd be the person with the charisma, the person who was leading the charge.
And that's the approach he took when he was elected Mayor of London in 2008.
I'm going to have a point of view.
It's such an honour to have you here, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, please call me Boris.
Mr. Johnson was the charismatic frontman, happy to perform for the cameras. And the mishaps only added to the celebrity status.
Release the rings into position now.
His supporters say his leadership style is all about creating a feel-good factor.
He's very good at bringing people together, actually. Some people consider him to be divisive because of things that he's written and things that he's said in the past. However, he's able to go into a room and he's able to get people feeling positive and feeling like they can achieve some change. He did it in London. Let's hope he can do it for the country.
Over the years, his private life brought unwanted press attention.
I have absolutely no comment.
During his 25-year marriage, he had several affairs. He was sacked as a Conservative spokesman for lying about one of them. Last year, he split up from his wife, Marina. Professional relationships have been strained too. Mr. Johnson's 2 years as Foreign Secretary brought awkward moments, some with serious consequences. He mistakenly told MPs that a British citizen imprisoned in Iran had been training journalists in the country. He suggested Libya had a bright future if it could only clear the dead bodies away. Colleagues complained that he didn't focus on important details and found it hard to make decisions.
There is this real trust deficit, so that he hasn't done what he's supposed to have done, that he hasn't read his briefs, he hasn't turned up to things, he hasn't put the country first, but he's put himself first.
But friends insist his unconventional approach can charm even the toughest of audiences.
The bastion of independence.
Many Conservative MPs are pinning their hopes on Boris Johnson because they believe he's a winner. He drew adoring crowds when he led the Vote Leave campaign. But Brexit has proved to be the most divisive of issues.
I like it, it's brilliant.
And the new Prime Minister will need more than exuberance, charisma and a bit of optimism.
Delicious.
Vicky Young, BBC News.